Number one, legendary gems can actually be star upgraded. If you put it with a legendary gem that has a higher star than it as a duplicate, when you go to rank something up, you can look at that. It will go from 2 to 3 star. Because of this, you want to be careful not to rank up your legendary gems too high if you plan on upgrading their star as well. As you get higher rank with your legendary gems, it will take more and more and more duplicates, which will either get very, very, very expensive or take so much time to get the duplicates it's not reasonable as free to play. For this reason, when you get to the point to upgrade your legendary gems, just keep in mind if you are planning to upgrade their star count as well at some point. Another tip is that when you get to a new Paragon level, like I just hit 80 Paragon and went to Hell 3, that I also have to remember to go to Challenge Rift 60, because if you look, the first time you clear Challenge Rift, either 30 for Hell 2, 60 for Hell 3, I think it's 12 for Hell 1, it's going to activate the drops for that difficulty across all places of the game. Otherwise, if you go to the difficulty only in like the overworld and the dungeons, you're getting the increased gear drops. But if you have to actually go and do the challenge rifts associated with it as well, and you can see this will improve the drops for challenge rifts, Elder Rifts, Cycle of Strife activities, as well as the vendors. So that way when you're doing your cash gambling, you'll get a better reward as well, or even things like this with your Shadow War weekly rewards too. So that's just another tip. Make sure that you do your challenge rifts associated with wherever you're at on your difficulty. So this is a little annoying one. Your bounties, you can get all of the bounties in the same location, but if you only do like one of them, like if I accept one of these, do one of these, and then like don't do the rest for the day, you'll get it off so that the bounties will always be like 3 in one location, 1 in the other, etc., and it'll be really annoying. So one tip is just whenever you have something that's not all the same, make it like a matching game. Like leave the ones that are the same until it's all the same, and then you'll get into the rotation where it's like now all the bounties are just all in the same location. Okay, don't forget to clear and do as many Elder Rifts as required to get the cap. Anyone in your party who has a crest will give you Fading Embers, and there's a weekly cap on this, which is 120. So make sure you at least play with other people that have crests when they're running, if they'll let you, until you get the bonus weekly cap. And then you get your own cap even when you don't have any crests. You can just run Elder Rifts just to do them, okay? What you do with those then is, the reason you have to make sure you do this every week is it takes a total of 10 days to acquire enough of these Fading Embers to be able to buy FA runes, that then you can take the FA runes and go to the Legendary Gem area and craft legendary gems. This is literally the only way a free-to-play is going to be able to get 5-star legendary gems. So if you don't do your Elder Rifts, then you're missing out on your only 3 chances a month that you're going to be having at getting any of that at all. So I'll show you here. If you go here, you go craft, and then check this out. Go down, random legendary gem. It takes 22 of these, which the math is it takes 10 days to farm them out. So do your Elder Rifts. Charms can roll higher than 2%. So when you are putting skills in to this and you're using the imbue process, right? What's going to actually end up happening is it's going to do the slot machine ding, 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 ding. And then when it rolls a percentage on here, when you add a new one on, it's going to give you a random one between 2 to 10%. So you can actually get 10% in each skill. So you can see why that would be kind of busted. I have a 4% right here. That's the highest I've got. There's a 4% for a wizard one right there. I'm trying to get this one replaced with another necromancer one, obviously. So don't forget to keep trying your charms and working on these charms, because a 10% damage increase, per skill is absolutely ridiculous. So don't sleep on charms. For these every day actually are X2'd, so you'll get twice as many points. I'll get 16 points instead of the 8 there. And also, you don't have to claim them, so you can stack points. If you notice, you can only get 2,400 battle points per week. So what you can do is stack all of these points for the entirety of the 25 days of this season if you wanted, and then hit claim all at the end. The reason people do this is because, let's say you weren't grinding for a bit. Like I went from 30% XP to now at 50%. So if I had saved on mine, like I took a few days off, you're taking the weekend off or something, you would claim it when you come back, because the server Paragon level will have raised, which means the total experience you'll get from that will be increased. Okay, so that is why people tend to stack them. Something else you can keep in mind is after you've hit the cap, you can still do the quest and get these points that come. So if you hold your quest, I don't really do it that efficiently just because of the red dots drive me crazy. I like to click on mostly everything. The only one I've been saving is this one right here, which I'm waiting in case to see if the class change. I can then claim another legendary. After the class change, I'll change my class, claim a different legendary offhand. That's my 900 IQ strat for there too. But you can save these quests until after you've got your 2,400 points. Then you can claim the quest in order to get even more, a little bit further progress in the Battle Pass. Okay, don't forget to do your Heliquary raids, because the Heliquary raids, you do not have to have the combat rating it states in order to do them. That's just what it's recommended, but you can still get into it even if you're lower. Seems to be a misconception about that. And then the rewards you actually get are pretty nuts. If you just go beat her, have somebody either beat it for you, or you can try to contribute. If you're too low of combat rating to even do any damage, you can still get rewards even for being in the raid if people will help you with it. I've gone through and helped tons of people with these raids, as has many of our top players, because it can be quite difficult to beat these. So in the same way with, like, you get people to help you with challenge rifts, which is my next tip, you get people to help you with these raids. So let me talk about challenge rifts. Same thing. You can get carried in challenge rifts too. What does challenge rifts do for you? Well, when you go to upgrade your blacksmith, to upgrade these side pieces, you see how this is ring 4, ring 4, ring 4, ring 6, ring 6? That takes these crystals, okay? These crystals right here. And the only way to get these crystals is by doing challenge rifts. And the challenge rifts, if you look up here, okay, I'm on 80 myself. I can enter and get rewards for 80. But if I look up here, why do I have all the way to 110 completed? There's no way that I complete 110, but I've got the rewards for completing 110, because if you actually look at it, I got carried by somebody who's way stronger than me. John Soes has the super big boy wings. He's got the Giga Chad wings. He's got, let's look at that. He's got 101,000 life, 9,000 damage. How much resonance he's got? He's got 5,000 resonance and 3,600 combat rating. So you can get into a party with somebody who is strong, and you can still get all of the bonuses. Like, I just got all of the rewards, basically, as if I had cleared Challenge Rift 110 without having to spend $20,000 or whatever it is. So shout out to John Soes. Thanks for that. And I'm actually really happy that that's a mechanic in the game where people can carry you, because it makes it at least a path to victory. Like, you can spend $0 and go and get all of the same rewards for the challenge rifts, come back here, go and upgrade your side pieces here and get more and more combat rating and more stats for that. So I actually really like that a lot. Thanks, John Soes, for the carry. Once you've got the higher Paragon levels and you've unlocked the higher Challenge Rift difficulties, in order to actually get these vendors to unlock, I do believe that this vendor is actually worth doing a day. I do 10 mystery weapons or 10 armor weapons, or like 5 of each typically a day. And I get a legendary almost every day from these. I know there's people that say that you get bad luck from these, but I've got a legendary like literally almost every single day from doing these gambles. And then the other thing is, you don't want to sleep on the market either. Like, I was sleeping on the market for a bit, but the market is actually really, really good way to make money. Some of these 2-star gems are raising in price too. So if you're getting some 2-star gems, like, they're actually kind of raising in price. One other thing is, if you look at the gems, like, some of these gems are going to be worth more money over time. Like, as people start capping out the damage ones, these ones are becoming more popular, the Aquamarines, etc. So don't sleep on the market. It might be smart to make sure that you are, in fact, either selling gems to save up platinum to buy the other gems, or you're at least taking a look at it and being aware of where the market currently is. And if some of these gems, if you upgrade them, they'll become untradeable. So, like, if you look here, I got a Ring 4 Sapphire, etc. So you can trade some of these, but be careful. If you upgrade them, they can become untradeable, and then you could lose a lot of platinum if you didn't need them. So reforged stones are actually like super important, because reforging is very, very important. The bonuses that you get from these, like all skill damage, critical damage, damage on enemies below a certain percentage of life, critical hit damage. I mean, these are nuts. Damage done by your summons, all skill damage, etc. These are nuts bonuses. And the way you actually end up getting these reforged stones, one of the best ways, is in the battlegrounds. The battlegrounds itself, as you climb rank in the battlegrounds, you get more and more reforged stones. And there's a lot of people that talk about, like, the battlegrounds is well only and stuff, which is true. The wells will walk through you like crazy. But when you realize that the well are, that the mechanics of the way these rewards work, is it doesn't really matter too much if you're well or not. Because if you look at the rewards, like, sure, legend is 40 and gold 5's 30, etc. But yeah, but even if you're only in, like, bronze, like, you can still get at least 20 of these reforged stones. I'll wrap it up for this tips and tricks video. Thanks for coming by. I appreciate y'all. Consider subscribing. It's still about 70% of the people who watch me every day aren't subbed, but we're growing. We've gained 5% on that number, so shout out to the new subs. I appreciate you, and I'll see you on the next Diablo Immortal video, which it will pop up at the end here. It will give you a couple options, so feel free to click on one if you want.